I wanted to wish my dad a happy birthday. Today is his 81st birthday, excuse me. My mama died February the 28th this year at the age of 80. And she gave birth to me in 1950. I knew her for over 63 years. The only person who knew her better than me was my dad. He was married to her for over 64 years. She often said that he was her very, very best friend. Her mother lived to be 100. Her sister is 87. Her brother is 91. And not only was I convinced that my mother would outlive my dad, I was also convinced that she would outlive me. Although she suffered from severe arthritis and several other muscular and joint problems, she had no life-threatening disorders or illnesses. She went to sleep on a Thursday night. She woke up at 4 a.m., gave my dad a hug and a kiss, and they said mutual I love yous. She went back to sleep and never woke up. She was never anything but a positive influence in my life. I have racked my brain to try to think if there's anything that she ever did or said that was bad or negative or derogatory. And I can't find anything sad or bad to say about my mother. There just isn't anything there. How can I possibly describe the way I feel about her? My first 18 years I lived with her. The last 3 years of her life I lived upstairs to her in an apartment. I have visited her almost daily and have shared meals with her at least 2 to 4 times a week. We have talked regularly about books that either she was reading or that I was reading. We talked about menus. We talked about recipes and menus when guests were coming to the house. We talked about politics. We talked about religion. And we talked about family. I knew my mother extremely well. So, do I miss her? Well, I miss her physical presence. I miss the smile on her face. I miss seeing her scooting around the yard, looking at the garden, looking at the flower beds, watching the butterflies, watching the birds. But for some reason, I'm not too sad. I feel her presence with me all the time. I know her blood runs in my veins. I know that she is in every cell of my body. I know that she no longer suffers every day from the pain of arthritis and fibromyalgia. I know that she is in a warm and kind and gentle place, a place where we all come from and a place to which we all return. She is in the air that I breathe. She's in the food that I eat. She is in the warmth of the sun and the iciness of the snow. I cannot escape her, nor do I wish to. Do I miss her? Yeah, some. But do I find comfort in her? Yes, yes, yes. Every second of every day, and I will until I join her with our Maker. I know it's much harder for my dad. he was so much more addicted to her physical presence than I was. And I know that her physical absence weighs on him tremendously. In time, I'm sure he will come to depend more on her spiritual presence than the physical. They were one and the same, my mother and dad. And in my mind, they still are. My thoughts are with my dad.